here on BBC One.
Good evening and welcome to Have I Got News For You? I'm Damian Lewis. In the news this week, there's frustration for one customer as he spends 40 minutes on hold after ringing the Pampers customer support line. After spending thousands improving disabled access, an Nuneaton bus company invites TV cameras along to the press launch. And in a curry house in Manchester, Labour Party conference goers are reminded yet again why Neil Kinnock never became Prime Minister. On Ian Hislop's team is a comic who in 2004 wrote a spoof autobiography entitled Look at Me, although sadly no one read it. Please welcome Joly. And with Paul Merton tonight, an actor who has played the part of Prime Minister Tony Blair on the stage and brought a genuine level of integrity to the role, thus ruining it. Please welcome Neil Mullarkey. And we start with round one. Ian and Dom, take a look at this.
Yesterday's man. He's getting a thumping here. There he is.
Not a proper one, sadly, no.
Even he's voted Democrat.
Oh, there we go. This is Donald Rumsfeld sulking because he's been told he can't nuke Iraq.
He's under arrest there.
Is he?
No, I just made it up. It was such a happy few days. I thought I'd try and add to it. But basically, Bush has lost the Congress, the Senate, and all his dignity.
This is the US midterm elections, that's correct. How did George Bush react to the results? Should we have a little look?
Actually, I thought we were going to do fine yesterday. Shows what I know.
So weirdly, that's the first time he said anything sensible since he's been president.
Yeah.
So he is at least learning stuff as he goes.
Yeah. Anyone know what Rumsfeld said about Osama bin Laden in 2001?
He's either dead or alive. We don't know which.
That is sort of edging towards the ridiculousness of it. Osama bin Laden is either alive and well, or alive and not very well, or not alive. That's Donald Rumsfeld, who's been either sacked or fired or dismissed or lost his job. He also once said, I believe what I said yesterday. I don't know what I said, but I know what I think, and, well, I assume it's what I think.
And we wonder why Iraq's a bit of a mess.
Yeah, but remember, this is a guy that's got to talk to Bush every day, so he's got to say stuff that Bush is going to understand. And Bush would definitely understand that, so for them it all makes sense.
Some strange code they have.
Yeah,
yes.
It's called gibberish.
Yes, he also said, to add to his lexicon of gibberish, I would not say that the future is necessarily less predictable than the past. I think the past was not predictable when it started.
When exactly did the past start?
Yes. So there's going to be a first woman speaker of the House as well. That's pretty fantastic, isn't it? I'd have thought.
Nancy Pelosi.
You flirting with me?
That's her name, Nancy Pelosi.
That is. That's absolutely right.
It's a name impossible to say without flirting.
Yeah.
Go on, say it.
I don't want to, I'm a bit shy.
Did you hear what the evangelical preacher and Bush supporter Ted Haggard did?
He was caught with a fellow. With a Nancy Pelosi, if you know what I mean. And he claimed not to have been having intercourse with his fellows, simply buying drugs. He was just buying them for a friend.
No, he's stockpiling in case.
In case.
Whereas the other Republican bought rent boys but didn't use them. Is that it?
Yeah, but he kept them in a cupboard for years.
Yeah, that's
Surely you can't buy a rent boy. You have to... I mean, the name implies what the financial arrangement is.
You say that, but you think you can't buy a peerage, but you can, and call it a loan.
Sky News viewers emailed the website with their opinions on the elections. Did you see any of this?
Don't be silly, no.
Well, the Democrats beat the Republicans, so what? Southend beat Manchester United 1-0. That's something I'd watch all day. Good of the Queen to send that in.
Yeah.
He's very busy.
Do you want to see a picture of an American politician with a funny nose?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Who's that?
That is Waxman.
Democrat congressman,
Democrat
is he?
politician, yes, a nose for local people. Yes, these are the US midterm elections which delivered the American public's verdict on Iraq. For the first time, people were allowed to vote using computers, which led to losses for the Republicans, small gains for the Democrats, and a massive landslide for penisenlargement.com. This is the first US election... First US election to use computers for electronic voting, although there were serious glitches in Indiana, where voters' fingers were simply too fat to press one key at a time. In Florida, Republicans took 12% of the vote and earned the rest legitimately. Paul and Neil, here's yours.
Celebrity Squares.
Yeah.
That's Ben Kingsley as Gandhi.
That's the Saddam Hussein look-alike.
Yeah, I don't want my picture in the papers. I was too late. End game for it to take the Saddam sentence to hang. We can just read it out, really. Can't we?
These are people celebrating the new single by All Saints.
Yeah. So Saddam Hussein has been found. He's got a suspended sentence, and it's going to appeal, and then he will be done with. He's got 30 days.
What did Saddam do as the verdict was about to be announced?
He surprised everyone by going into one of the songs from Cabaret. What good is sitting?
And he had a bowler and a cane as well.
Yeah, and also made that sort of cymbal sound with his mouth. And he got, I think he got 9, didn't he, for star quality?
Yeah.
Only 4 for choice of song.
And the judges said you're going to die.
Yeah, it's a very harsh reality game show.
You noticed how, since he sort of went to prison, Saddam's lost a bit of weight.
Yeah.
And nice suits.
Nice suits.
Because actually, even in the old days, wasn't it? He had all the money, but he always had those slightly dodgy, shiny, double-breasted ones.
You notice he doesn't wear a tie,
No.
so he can't hang himself.
No.
He doesn't need to, does he?
No.
He has everything done for him, doesn't he?
It's true, and he refused to stand up. A court official went to him and he said, "Don't bend me, you ugly man."
He wanted to fire as well. Did you notice that? He said, "I want to die like a soldier."
Yeah.
After having run away and hidden in a hole.
When he said he wanted to die like a soldier, maybe he meant like a Chelsea pensioner. Sometime in his mid-80s.
Quietly in bed.
Yeah.
Hit by a bus.
Yeah.
It'd be quite fun to get him run over, though. It'd be a bit more of a challenge. He just had to run around a motorway till he was hit.
In Baghdad, they just let him out the cell, and I mean, the odds are he'd be blown to buggery.
Within seconds.
It's got about 5 minutes, isn't it?
Blown to buggery. How much explosive is needed for that?
A lot. It's in northern Iraq, buggery.
Oh. That's enough to knock you off your
Kurdish
feet,
word.
really. Are you still here? Who are you, by the way?
He was in The Hobbit, I think.
It is true, I'm standing up at this present moment. Where is Saddam at the
last
moment?
time I saw you, you were upside down shooting Alex Rider, Stormbreaker.
Yeah.
It's very good.
I believe Ian's
What's it
plugging my
about?
film. It's not out anymore, so it's not much help.
Is it on
Who was the name of your character?
Yasin Grigorovich.
Spanish?
Yeah.
I'm just assuming that because you're doing this programme, things aren't going so well.
Moving on. Did anybody see the Sun's measured response to the debate over the sentence that was handed down? The Sun Hangman game. Yes, and did anybody see how Tony Blair reacted when pressed on his attitude to the death penalty during a press conference?
He
this
laughed,
year?
didn't he?
No, he said that he's against the death penalty, on the whole.
Apart from Saddam.
There may be certain cases where Iraqi law has to have precedents, like this one.
Here it is.
I've just said she set out the position for the government yesterday. Yeah, and that's all I want to say on it, right? Our position on the death penalty is well known, but actually...
So should he be executed?
I've just said our position on the death penalty is well known. We're opposed to it, as Margaret said
And you
yesterday.
oppose his execution then, do you?
So, obviously, since we're opposed to the death penalty, we're in exactly the position that she
You
described.
oppose his execution.
Adam, Excuse me, that is just enough, thank you very much. Because I happen to want to express myself in my own way, if you don't mind.
Through modern dance.
Saddam is appealing against the verdict, obviously.
Yeah.
What's likely to happen, do you think?
Parole for 2 years and then see how he behaves.
Well, in relation to the appeal, the Mirror provided a handy cut-out and keep timetable of death. 2 p.m, Saddam arrives at court to hear his appeal. 4 p.m, the appeal fails and Saddam is taken away. Good to know they're keeping an open mind on the result of the appeal. Yes, this is the news that Saddam Hussein has been sentenced to death. According to The Sun, it looks like the date of the execution may coincide with Valentine's Day, so you might get a nice card. Roses are red, violets are blue, and so is your face. Obviously, it was a very big story this week, and the front pages reflected that. The Mail had Defiance of the Tyrant. The Mirror had Saddammed to Hell. The Sun hanged to rights, while the Express went with Spies cover up Diana murder. And so, to round 2, the picture spin quiz. Fingers on buzzers for your first picture.
Somebody wants to put together the embryo of a cow and a human being to create a third being, which we've seen caricatured there.
What's he got in his hand? Is that a moose paper?
News, yes, that British scientists want to create embryos that are part human, part cow.
Yeah, liven up a party, wouldn't it?
You think?
If he walked through the door. Think of the questions you'd ask him. Like, who are you? Who invited you?
Yeah. Would you like some grass?
Yeah.
Come in, you must be Frisian. They said that scientists were undermining the whole distinction between animals and humans.
Yeah, mix it up a bit.
Yeah.
Is it a duck? Is it a tortoise?
That'd be good.
Quack.
I suppose a quick duck's out the question. Do you know what I'm talking about?
So, ironically, what is the name of one of the scientists behind the applications to create an animal-human hybrid?
Cowman, Mr. Cowman.
Is it Buttercup? Miss Buttercup.
Mr. Hugh Man Cowhead. Hugh Man Cowhead.
Mr. Ermintrude.
Yeah.
Actually, Dr. Stephen Minger. In a bid to educate its readers on the subject, how did The Sun headline the story?
Does it say ethical dilemma for geneticists?
No knockers on this one.
No, it was simply mutants. This is the plan to create embryos that are part human, part animal. In the fight against various diseases, an injection of cow hybrid stem cells could one day save your life. The only downside is whenever it's about to rain, you lie down in a field. One of the experiments will be to inject human DNA into sheep, already a fairly widespread practice in certain parts of Australia. But not Wales.
No.
Ian and I share a little something there, I think.
What is it that you share?
Well,
I was born in Wales.
Whereabouts? Don't worry.
You were born in Beirut.
I know.
Trigger Happy TV has a whole different meaning out there.
Yeah, that's quite tricky.
Here's your next picture.
Jamie Oliver.
Yeah.
That's it. He's let himself go, hasn't he? All that stuff about kids' meals, and look at him.
That's a fat suit.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right, good.
Is it that the school children are rebelling against Jamie Oliver's healthy diet regime?
It's the story that many pupils are refusing to eat the new healthy school meals.
And they're going outside and buying chips.
Well, aren't people shoving it through the fence?
Well, they're getting potatoes and shoving them through the fence to make chips. Really quickly.
And what's been banned now?
Hugging. There's a school in Cornwall that teaches people
hugging.
taking too long to get to their lessons because they're hugging too much. So no hugging until you've done your SATs.
And it's not that they take too long,
Yes,
it's that some people might be the victim of inappropriate hugging.
Yes, according to The Sun, headmaster Stephen Kenning said hugging is inappropriate because victims could be hugged against their will. Adding, so he nipped it in the bud. Since then, however, bud nipping has also been deemed inappropriate. And headmasters will no longer be allowed to do it. On this subject of food, why did Boris Johnson get into hot water?
Didn't he say Jamie Oliver was an absolute rotter? I wouldn't mind having my burger. I don't want to eat salad.
Cameron said, oh, it's just Boris. He's putting his foot in it. And they're both old Etonians.
Aren't you,
like
David?
our host.
You went to Eton, didn't you?
I was there for a period of time, yeah.
Did you fag with Cameron, so to speak? Sorry, I know the terminology, but...
No, I wasn't his fag, I was his bitch.
Cool.
I think it was him, he was always standing behind me. Yes, this is the story that school pupils are rejecting Jamie Oliver's healthy school dinners. According to a new survey, despite the rise in childhood obesity, children are fleeing healthy meals, or at least they're waddling away, going... I really didn't want to do that, either. Thank you very much. I'm an actor, trained. So, team, stand by, fingers on the buzzers.
It's prisoners 7234 and 73575. They're going down. They've been looking for the Mr. Big in the Cash for Honours scandal, and they've found both of them. And shortly, they'll be going to jail. I'm allowed to get away with that, haven't I? You see the lawyers going, oh, I don't believe it.
It's never stopped you before, has it?
No, that's not contempt of court. They are at the centre of the investigation, aren't they, Dom?
No, they're definitely going down, I think.
How is Blair going to fight the case?
With glove puppets. Glove puppets that represent both sides of the dilemma. Mr. Honours, Mr. No Honours. Sort of dual, sort of going to fight each other.
Yeah, Punch and Judy.
Lord Punch and Dame Judy. That's the way to do it. The sausages, I'll give you an honour.
Are you still doing Kids Party?
Yeah.
Welcome to Christmas, it's very good. Very good.
And then the policeman comes in and says, I'm not going to arrest you, I'm a personal friend of yours.
Who's not getting involved?
Bagpuss. Staying well out of it.
You mean Lord Bagpuss?
Oh, yes,
Money talks, exactly.
Lord Bagpuss of Shop Window.
The Director of Public Prosecutions, MacDonald.
Well done, Ken MacDonald.
Yeah, he's not getting involved. He used to work at Cherie's Chambers and was a great friend. And North Surrey and Blair. I mean, not that there's anything fishy about it, they're just close. The suggestion the Prime Minister surrounded himself with a group of personal friends over the years who may be in a position to let him off. How's this going out in the legal?
Who's decided not to step aside?
Goldsmith. The great thing is, because this country is not a banana republic, the person who decides whether Tony has taken cash for honours is someone who was given an honour by Tony and someone who gave cash to the Labour Party.
This is the ongoing investigation into the so-called Cash for Honours scandal. Police say they're planning to interview John Prescott to get a clearer idea of the situation. Not sure they've thought that one through. And his last police interview, Tony Blair was totally exonerated of any wrongdoing by Inspector Perkins of Scotland Yard, or Lord Perkins of Pimlico, as he's now known. Fingers on buzzers for our next picture.
They've found the biggest cave in Great Britain has been found in Derbyshire. It goes down about 3 miles, something like that.
Does the cave have a name?
Yeah, Mr. Peters.
Mr. Peters. This is the discovery of Titan.
Oh, he's changed his name.
Yeah.
Who's the guy sitting in the cave? Has he been there all the time, or...?
Yeah.
It's the world's first invisible stair lift.
He's been taken over by the ghost of Thor Hurd. Is that picture the right way round? He could be falling to his death and we're just laughing.
It's 460 feet deep, big enough to hold every potholer in Britain. Good. Yes, this story appeared on Tuesday, the first time all the newspapers got excited about a man dangling on the end of a rope since, well, Monday. How was Titan discovered?
By mistake.
Yeah.
Somebody was about to sit down in the chair, and then somebody took away the chair. Oh, there's a big cave here.
Yeah.
That's how I was discovered.
Yeah.
By this bloke. His name's Phil.
Phil Thompson is the ex-Liverpool player.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a game played amongst ex-players.
Exactly, yeah.
Kenny Dalglish found an unknown river in the Amazon, didn't he?
Exactly.
Graham Souness discovered an Aztec tribe which had been undiscovered by man for over 5,000 years.
It was a Jake played by Ian St John.
Potholers, they found a reference to it in an obscure 18th century academic work and then spent several years looking for it.
Yeah.
But they just walk around and say, to the people of
Just
Derbyshire.
tapping the ground.
Is there a cave round here? I mean,
We Clive Gibbons in Neighbours.
If you...
Have you seen Neighbours?
Have you seen the Bisto ads?
You're not a lump of meat, are you? You're not in a... You're not coming out of the oven covered in gravy.
No, yes, I'm a carrot. Sound the same.
James Bond. You're the new James Bond.
No.
And they just said, come on, don't be silly. No, Ginger.
No, the name's Bond, Ginge Bond.
My daughter's Ginger. I know what you're going through, honestly.
How the hell is that?
Milkman.
Milkman?
Yeah, with my wife. That's how it works.
Oh, I see, not you in the milkman?
No.
OK.
That was fun, but we didn't have kids.
Yes. Good. What should another of these cavers, Dave Arvischug, maybe think about changing?
His name?
Yeah. No, his hobby, because talking about the cave, he said, it's dark and you can't see where you will fall if you slip. And I'm a vertigo sufferer, and I'm not good with claustrophobia either. This is the discovery of a giant cave called Titan, officially the biggest hole in Derbyshire, apart from Derby, of course. Yes, OK, time now for the odd one out. Just one this week. Muradif Hasanbegovic, hamster, a fair pack Christmas hamper, and Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
The hamster's the odd one out because he's the only one playing an invisible piano.
Muradif Hasanbegovic, that's, what, Bosnian name?
It's Muslim.
Austrian.
Muslim.
He's,
Yeah, Austrian.
He's Austrian.
Was he the prisoner who got out of jail by posting himself somewhere? Fairpack have gone down the Swanee because they've run out of money. It's to do with posting things.
Oh, someone put a hamster in the post. They put them in a jiffy bag.
It is post-related. They have all been sent through the post, apart from the Fairpack hamper, which won't be sent at all this Christmas because the company's gone bust, which is what you touched on. Yes. Muradif Hasanbegovic sent himself through the post to escape from prison. He wrapped himself in a large parcel. His mates loaded him onto a lorry load. Once clear, he jumped off and fled, and he's still missing.
Is he? Where did he escape from? From this country, or...?
No, it wouldn't happen in this country. You'd pass yourself up, post yourself, and you wouldn't arrive for about a year.
How did prison warden Franz Hochstrasser respond to the breakout?
He sounds Austrian.
He's definitely Austrian. Did he say Schnell?
Rouse.
He said this sort of thing was not supposed to happen. In the film Seven, Gwyneth Paltrow's severed head is sent by special delivery to her husband, played by Brad Pitt. A pair of students from Churchill College, Cambridge, sent a hamster through the post.
Did he survive?
Well, actually, yes. It was spotted a little bit like this. See?
Story with a happy ending at last.
Yeah. They said, to be honest, the day the hamster was posted, we were plastered.
It might have been the hamster's idea. They might all have been pissed.
And in other post-related news, why have the new Christmas stamps been causing such an outcry this week?
Because they're nothing to do with Christmas. They've had all religious content removed.
Yeah, they contain no Christmas message. And because the one of Santa looks like he's doing a poo down a chimney.
Who on earth would put that on their Christmas list?
Yes, they've all been sent in the post, apart from the Fairpack hamper, which won't be sent at all this Christmas because the company has gone bust. Muradif Hasanbegovic is the prisoner who successfully escaped from an Austrian jail by climbing into a parcel and posting himself. The plan worked, and he was duly delivered to his home address. But unfortunately, he wasn't in, so he was immediately returned to sender. Right, time now for the Missing Words round, which features as its guest publication, Hernia magazine. Pop out and buy a copy. So let's start with the Liechtenstein operation of strangulated groin hernia. Is it what?
Is it fun?
Is it the fitting subject of a musical?
Is it me?
Safe.
Yeah, Paul got it. This is from Hernia magazine. 110 pages. Don't pick up too many copies at once, or you'll need the December issue. Next, make children what to save on heating?
Fart indoors.
Wear a hat.
You got it. Wear hats.
Yeah.
Kids nowadays, they have it all, don't they? Lying in a cold bed, wearing woolly hats after an evening spent looking at the empty Christmas hamper.
Wondering what that funny smell is from the fireplace.
Next, handlebar hernia is caused by what?
By improper posture on bicycle.
By falling down biggest cave in UK.
Blunt impalement of the abdominal wall is the answer.
Oh, my God.
This kind of hernia is particularly common amongst regular cyclists. Good. finally, what advises jump on a donkey?
Expert on bestiality.
Is it Southwest Passenger Advice Line?
It's actually a firefighter's leaflet. A leaflet produced by Strathclyde Fire and Rescue and written in Urdu for its Pakistani community mistranslated the word cushion into the word donkey. No harm has been done, said a local councillor at the opening of the new cushion sanctuary. So, the final scores are Ian and Dom on 4 and Paul and Neil, the winners, on 9. But before we go, there's just time for the caption competition.
Man hypnotises monkey with transparent budgie.
And I leave you with news that as the Labour leadership contest continues, some candidates hint that they'd be prepared to work more closely with the Liberal Democrats. Marks and Spencer warn customers that their new Woodland Surprise sandwich may contain nuts. And Cherie Blair's bodyguard fails to prevent paparazzi from taking the first picture of her new hairstyle. Good night.
So, I need you to shift that lot to top floor.
You've got to be joking.
Yeah, I am actually. I mean that lot.
Not going out. Next, here on BBC One.
More Have I Got News for you in a fortnight. Meanwhile, tonight, Julian Clary makes his mark on QI in half an hour over on BBC Two.
So you've got any work lined up?
I'm back here next week.
Oh, we're off next week.